If a fire broke out in your home, are you sure your alarm would sound? Today, national investigative correspondent Jeff Rawson went out with firefighters for life-saving tips. Jeff, good morning.
Hey, guys, good morning. And the numbers here are staggering. Right now, nearly 5 million homes in this country do not have a smoke alarm installed. And for the homes that do, another big problem, many don't even work. In fact, firefighters say so many of us have been doing it wrong all these years. Just hitting that little test button on it, waiting for it to chirp. You think the battery works? Well, turns out that isn't enough to know the entire thing works. It may still not when you need it most. So what should you do? This morning, I'm about to show you.
I'm going door to door.
Hi there. Jeff Rawson from NBC News, The Today Show.
I recognize you.
Spot checking.
You were sitting here thinking you had a working smoke alarm, and you didn't.
Scary.
It's a dangerous threat, more common than you think. In fact, 3 out of every 5 people killed in a house fire didn't have a working smoke alarm. So is your home prepared? To find out, the Orlando Fire Department is out in force, checking homes for safety risks.
Hi.
Hi.
Jeff Rawson from The Today Show. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're here with the fire department. We're checking for people's smoke alarms today to make sure you're safe. Can we come in?
Sure.
Right away, a problem.
So the first thing we want to do is we're going to push the button on it just to test the battery in the audible portion of the alarm.
Not working.
So this detector does not work.
So the one in your bedroom isn't working.
No,
What's that like to see?
it's upsetting because that's the first place we're going to hear it if it's going to go off.
But we're not just finding problems. Firefighters are fixing them, installing brand new alarms for free.
I'm glad we came.
I'm glad you guys came too.
Next door, we meet Peggy. Her detector's not working either.
I don't do ladders anymore because I'm afraid of falling.
So you can't check those detectors.
Right, and I always forget when someone else is here to get them to check it for me.
That's why we're here for you today.
Good.
But then, an even bigger problem.
So here we are in the kitchen, which is the source of a lot of residential fires. And no smoke detectors.
You're supposed to have one here.
Within 10 feet of your kitchen, you should have a smoke detector.
None here, and
No smoke detectors.
The fire department installing 2 new alarms for Peggy.
All right, it works.
We check house after house, finding problems in nearly all of them.
there's no battery in here at all.
No battery. I probably used it on something else.
But the biggest tip of the day, one I've never heard before. Inside this man's house, he thinks his detector works fine because when he tests it, it beeps.
When that alarm sounds, that tells me 2 things. It tells me your battery is good, and it tells me that the alarm works.
But he says what it doesn't test is the sensor that actually detects smoke.
Your detector was manufactured in 2002. It's about 15 years ago. We like to change them out every 10 years.
Why?
Dust starts blocking the sensor. It can no longer see smoke.
And you wouldn't know it. No problem. He says there's an easy way to test the sensor. The candle test. Just light a candle and blow it out. Place your alarm right over the smoke, and it should go off.
It's not going off.
That would tell me that this sensor has probably got some dust built up onto the sensor.
I had no idea.
This blows your mind a little.
It does, because I just put a battery in it a couple days ago when it started chirping.
We helped. All right, perfect.
Amazing.
Sounding the alarm so your family stays safe.
Happy to help. By the way, you should be changing your batteries twice a year. If you're like me, you're worried about forgetting to change them. You can buy lithium batteries at any big box store. They cost around $5 to $10. The cool thing is they work for about 10 years.
Oh.
But you want to test your alarm right after you put those in to make sure they work.
Note to selves, we'll be going home today and
Yeah.
checking that
Check
out.
that
That's
out.
so important.
The candle test is really cool, right?
That was good.
smart.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, guys.